from here, looking that way, it's just, it's wild. My name's Stephen Murray, and I'm 42 years old. I worked as a maintenance manager at Apple Tree Village Mobile Home Park. It was a senior park where there was 281 seniors and 167 homes. Working at Apple Tree really filled my heart. It was the job that I always looked for because there were so many seniors there and there was so much need there. That job was just, I was going to retire there. I would have never ever left there. Nothing would have ever took me from that. I would go to the grocery store for folks. I would get their newspapers in the mornings. I would stop just to give them a hug before I left every day. I knew what they drove. I knew what days they were gone. And on top of it, I knew the day of the fire that there were a lot of folks that weren't going to be able to get out of their homes. And so knowing that and being so close to those seniors, it really helped the whole scenario of the day of the fire. I knew that that fire was going to come in a hurry. That morning we had 70 to 80 mile an hour winds. I got to work at about 6:50 in the morning. People weren't moving around. I knew that people weren't going to be doing much. The trash man had came through at about 6:30 in the morning. I was surrounded by pine trees, and all I can hear is bombs going off, propane tanks blowing up. I could hear the roar of the fire coming. I knew at 7 o'clock that the town was going to be in bad shape. I was at the park just driving in circles, doing figure eights, driving around, knocking on doors. A lot of times I would just knock on the door and go to the next one because I didn't have time to explain. I gotta stop and make sure this guy's okay. He probably has no clue what's going on. I am yelling, there's a fire coming. You guys have very little time to get out. Leroy, answer the door. Come on, buddy. Put it in high gear in your old age. I kicked in their doors. I woke them up. I got them out of bed and got them to safety. Look, we're not gonna have houses here, dude. The fire's right outside the park. This was the first lady I got out that morning, Jeanette. I'm gonna go see her today for lunch. She rode around with me the whole 3 hours that morning.
No. Okay, that's enough, I think.
Okay, I'm shutting the door so we can get out of here. I had people in my truck. I pulled up and I just left. Come past it. You gotta sit in the back. I got somebody else in the front.
Okay.
It's a taxi today.
Okay.
Over the 2.5 years I worked there, I always had thought, if there was a fire in the park, how are we gonna get out? If there's only one way, how are we gonna get out? This is the exit of the park. It's the only way out. Traffic was backed up from here all the way down and around the corner. This ain't good. When you're talking 281 people in one spot, I had to try to think to myself, who did I talk to? Whose house have I already been at? And who did I visually see driving out the front of the park? And at one point through the gridlock, there was only one way out. So even though there was no escape route, I made one. I had to find a spot that a car would fit through without getting stuck. Because if someone got stuck, then we were gonna have a problem. And so that's where we got out. In between that air conditioner and those posts that are still standing, we drove through here, and then we drove through those 2 oak trees right there. Not one person died in this park. Everyone made it out. And if that's not a good feeling, I don't know what is.